Hello everyone. In this video, we will be mostly discussing around the introduction of Deny ACL, which was released with the X release, with the Xanadu release recently, and how it is helping in strengthening the security system overall. This is a new and robust addition to the access control system, which is designed to address a key need in security, which is the ability to explicitly deny access unless all the specified conditions are met. Now, many of you might be familiar with the allow model, which was traditionally used, which grants access based on certain conditions. But the deny unless model flips this, and then it ensures and enforces denial by default unless all the conditions that are specified are satisfied. So this simplifies our approach and basically helps in strengthening the security overall. Now let's talk a bit around the functionality of deny unless ACL. Now here, the deny unless ACL acts as an additional layer of authorization that is evaluated before any of the allow ACLs come into picture. So you can say it acts as the first line of control, and this order of evaluation becomes critical because it ensures that the security checks occur first so that we are denying by defaults unless the rules, the security attributes, or the scripts which is present in the ACL are met. This change is not only increasing our security posture, but it also helps in reducing the potential for complex or any confusing configurations in more restrictive access cases. Correct? Then talking about the configuration and flexibility, one of the best things with deny unless ACL is that it is very flexible. So out of the box, there are no preset ACLs which are present. Each instance can be uniquely configured for our customers, and this model covers ACL types and operations, including the table inheritance. Table inheritance in the sense, if something is not specified, suppose say for your child table, then anything on your parent table will be applying. Any deny unless ACL which is specified on the parent table will be applied, which makes it adaptable for different scenarios across the platform. So whether you need a record level, table inheritance, or field level control, deny unless keeps us covered for that. And we'll be seeing a couple of simple examples post running through the slides. So let's look at some key scenarios, right? So we got to understand till now that these are evaluated before allow ACLs. We're ensuring that the explicit denial conditions gets checked before from the beginning. And then another important distinction is that every condition in a denialless ACL, whether it's user or security attribute or a script, they all must be met for the access to be granted. So this differs from allow because there, even if a single condition is met, it grants the access to the user, right? For the entity that is in mentioned in the ACL. So this creates a more stringent check. This flexibility to apply deny unless across multiple levels, such as record and table again, and then this ensures that our access control is thorough and very well tested, right? Uh, Going forward to the next slide, we have already discussed these points, and I'll stop here in the slides and I'll quickly run through the simple demos that we have. Now, I have a couple of ACLs I created for showing how deny unless ACLs are working. So I'll go to the ACL module. Before that, let me check whether I'm a security admin yet or not. All right, I have elevated access, and these are a few recent ones which I was creating. I have some on the change request table. So if you see, there are a couple of deny ACLs which I have. I'll just do show matching by change request, and operation is read, everything that is active. So here, if you see, I have two deny unless ACLs and one allow if ACL, which means for me or for any user who will be accessing the change request, they should first pass through these two deny unless ACLs. These two will be evaluated first. Only if these two are passed is when we will come to this allow if ACL and see whether we got the access to the entity or not. So what do these ACLs say? Let's check these one by one. The two additional fields which were introduced in X release was decision type and applies to. Decision type can be either deny unless or allow if, right? This was the additional deny unless which was introduced. So we have these drop down options, and then applies to will be covering to what data this ACL will apply to, right? So we are applying it only for those incidents which, or sorry, for those change requests which have priority one. So if we try to understand what's being said in this ACL, it says that uh, the access will be denied until unless the user has change manager role and the priority is one. So when the priority is one for the change request, they must have a change manager role for accessing and reading the change requests. Another deny unless ACL says the user should also be authenticated for accessing these change requests. Okay, now allow if is the third one. And in the allow if we are saying they should have ITIL role for accessing the change requests. And this is all on record level. So this is a record level and this is for read operation. Let's try to open the change request table and see what level of access we have got as admin first. Priority one. So as admin, we are seeing these three. Okay. Now I've created a profile for ITIL user for the same instance, and let's try to see if ITIL user for now is able to access this or not. So ITIL user doesn't have access to the change request where priority is one, but then they do have access to other change requests because our ACL do not apply to those. Now we are good till here, but then if I impersonate the change manager, I'm expecting the change manager to have that access because they are satisfying all three things. First of all, they are passing the deny unless ACL. One, they are authenticated. Second, they are they are having the change manager role. And the third one is change manager role automatically it contains the ITIL role. So the allow if also passes, which means the access will be granted to them. But then, as expected, ITIL user will not be able to see any of the priority one critical change requests. Okay, so this was for record level access. This we saw how deny unless is working here. Now, if I go back and check the same thing for field level ACLs, so are some of operations. Let this be there. Okay, yeah. So we have some on assignment group. We have one deny unless, and another allow if ACL. Acting as, like I said, the first line of control. First of all, the deny unless will be evaluated, which means it will first check whether or not the user has change manager role if they want to access the assignment group. Secondly, we are saying in allow if that they should be authenticated to access the assignment group field or to read the assignment group field in this operation. So again, if I go to first the ITIL user, I'll see that I'm not even seeing that assignment group as a option to add to my slash bucket. Also, if I simply go and open any of the records, I had added the assignment group here somewhere, but then that's not visible. If I go back as admin and then try to access one of the change requests, let me go to this one. And here, if I open one of the change requests, I do have the assignment group here as well. And then here is where I added it in the layout, right? I'll just verify I'm in the same view for both of them. I am. Okay. And I'm expecting my change manager again to be able to access the assignment group on these records. So when I go as change manager, I'm seeing the assignment group field in the list view as well, which means the deny ACL is working as expected. Now, let's consider a scenario where we want to understand how table inheritance and deny unless ACLs work in conjunction, right? So if I end impersonation, I'll go back to the access controls, and there was a recent ACL that I created for CMDB-CI. There's a CMDB-CI level deny unless ACL, but then I was trying to see if there is something on CMDB-CI computer. There's nothing as such if I see, okay? Which means if there is nothing defined on the child table, any table which is parent to that child table and has a deny unless ACL, same will be applying to the child table. Now, if I see this CMDB-CI, the deny unless says that the read access will be provided if they have SNCMDB admin role. Okay. Now let me try, first of all, let me try opening this table CMDB-CI computer dot list. Here I have access to all these records, right, as admin. Again, if I go as a CMDB admin 2, my access shouldn't be restricted because there's only one deny unless and I'm passing that as a CMDB admin. But if I go as any other user who doesn't have a CMDB admin role, let's say in this case, the ITIL user, I lose the access, which is expected, which means for table inheritance as well, deny unless works similar to how allow ACLs in the allow model worked before, right? LN impersonation here. Uh, Same goes for scope as well, but maybe that I can cover in some later session. This was just an introductory uh, information on how deny unless ACLs are working and what is different in them. The most important thing to remember between the difference between allow and deny ACL is that the allow, first of all, deny unless is now the first line of control, not the allow ACLs. It's no more permissive. It's mostly of how we should deny first and then allow access. Secondly, it is a and logic and not a or logic anymore, where we are saying that you should pass all the roles, scripts, conditions, everything defined in a and manner and not in a or manner, how it used to exist in the allow model. So that is it. I'll wrap this video here. Thank you.